This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Hello and welcome, I'm Sanjay Pinto. It's that time of the year when the craze for the precious yellow metal reaches an all-time high. When most people wish they had the Midas touch to turn everything into gold. When families decide to invest in anything that guarantees good returns. When experts tell you all that glitters is the flavor of the season. 48 hours ahead of Akshaya Tritiya, one of the most auspicious days in the Hindu calendar, we look at the great gold rush through your eyes of viewers, of customers. Is gold the best investment option today? Is it better to buy gold coins or gold jewelry? If it's gold coins, is it better to buy them from nationalized banks or jewelry stores? Do banks have a buyback option? Do jewelry shops give you the 100% value when you sell those coins? Where is it priced less? Is it 22 carat or 24 carat? Do you get a better deal if you buy a big coin of say 20 or 50 or 100 grams or smaller coins of 2 grams? These are probably all the questions on your mind. So stay tuned for all the answers. Joining me on the show tonight is the General Manager Marketing of Indian Overseas Bank, Renuka Mohan Rao, a well-known jeweler, Ndtv-Hindu, and our reporter Pratibha Raman, who is with a customer at a jewelry store. All this in 2 minutes after Evelyn Matthew gives you the headlines tonight. Evelyn?
Thanks very much indeed, Sanjay. Plenty of city and state news making headlines this evening. A quick look at some of them. The big gold rush ahead of Akshaya Tritiya begins, but many buyers turn away from the gold coins offered from banks for lack of a resale value. A day after the United States announces the death of Osama bin Laden, the Chief Minister Karunanidhi says those who live violently will die violently. Just a few days left for the election results, and the counting centres are already a fortress. The court protest against Rajapaksa continues in the wake of the United Nations report released last week. And the nightmare for flyers continues. 6 more flights cancelled from 2 this afternoon. A quick look at what's making news in the rest of the country as well. The White House says it's now looking at what kind of support Osama bin Laden got in Pakistan and from whom. Pakistan must prove it did not know that Osama was in Abbottabad, demands the chairman of the Senate Homeland Security panel. Amid the contradictory claims over whether Pakistan was informed by the US, a Gitmo cable says Osama was always tipped off by Pakistan security forces. Pictures of the tense moments in the Situation Room as President Obama and his team watched how the 40-minute operation unfolded. And India's Home Minister P. Chidambaram tells NDTV if Osama can be found in Pakistan, why not India's most wanted?
All right, now to our big discussion on the great gold rush this season. I'm joined live in our studio by Renuka Mohan Rao, General Manager Marketing of Indian Overseas Bank.
Good evening.
Also joined by a jeweler, Vumudi jeweler, in fact Jitendra Vumudi, who's there at his store here. In fact, must be doing a lot of extra hours in this season. Very difficult to have caught him actually in our studio here, so we decided to take our OB van there. And also by my colleague Pratibha Raman, who's there with a customer there at one of the jewelry stores. But if I can cut across to you, Jitendra Vumudi, thank you very much for joining us. Now, banks symbolize trust, but so do jewelers when you sell especially wedding jewelry. Why do you think banks have actually entered your territory in a sense?
Okay, thank you so much, Sanjay. And I think the banks have found that it's, there's a lot of interest in the customers buying gold. And since they are the nodal agencies for the Government of India to import gold, they have they've also imported not only to supply to jewelers but also to supply to customers and end users, and that's the reason why the banks are in the loop for selling gold.
All right, ma'am, to you, you sell only what? We are told only 24 karat gold coins. Why not 22 karat gold coins? Because they are flying off the shelves as far as jewelry stores are concerned.
We have taken a commitment to give only the very best, and 24 karat gold is what we promise and what we get. These are imported directly from Switzerland by IOB, and they are certified also. We give a certification here, and there is a number, that's a unique number on the gold coin. In case of any problem, anytime, we exchange it for the customer.
All right, you say you exchange it for the customer, but do you buy back the gold coins that you sell?
No, we are not permitted to do that, but there is a loan scheme whereby you can repledge this to us, and we do give a certain quantity on the gold coin. So it is solid, it is liquid, it's a very, very good investment and good money for value.
All right, I want to ask you, I've got figures here from various banks, ma'am. For instance, Indian Overseas Bank, you sell a 2 gram gold coin including 1% sales tax at 4,969. If you go to in fact State Bank of India, the same 2 gram gold coin is costs 5,025 rupees. Why the difference between nationalized banks? Why not uniformity?
We have kept our prices low, keeping the customer in mind. We have cut down on our margins and given back the margin to the customer. So at Indian Overseas Bank today, the gold price is the cheapest.
Of all nationalized banks, but not in the market, because Jitendra, to bring you in here, going by the rates here, are your rates quoted by jewelers less than what banks sell?
The way the jewelers operate is that they have their own manufacturing processes, and that's why they are more economical. The coins that are sold by banks are imported, and there is a larger markup for manufacturing those coins. This could be the reason why there is a difference in the price.
All right, from an investor's point of view, Jitendra, is it better to buy gold coins or to buy gold jewelry? Because what's the big difference? Except for wastage and making charges, is it more economical to buy gold coins?
Sanjay, I'm a jeweler and I would want clients to buy jewelry.
Because you have more profit margins there.
Why? It's not the, yes, of course.
Making charges, wastage charges and all that. You're trying to conceal that smile, but yes, go ahead.
The whole idea of a client buying jewelry is not only that it makes them look beautiful or special, or it's also that there is a return on what they've purchased. So the value keeps continuously rising. And we've seen that over a period of time that the economic crisis that is now currently hitting America and Europe has pushed up the prices of gold.
All right. If you can also look at some of the graphics with some of the prices here, the comparative table between what banks sell, and also we've got figures how gold prices have gone up. Of course, it's come down marginally today, but look at the way gold has appreciated. Ma'am, as a banker, many say that this is a good investment. Going by if you invest in your bank in a fixed deposit, you get peanuts. Although now you have the rates, the CRR, and everything has been declared. But as opposed to, let's say, savings, other traditional savings like fixed deposits, is it a better bet for an investor, for an average viewer who's watching this show? Because some jewelers tell us that what is about 2,094 rupees earlier this morning per gram of gold could shoot up to 2,500 rupees in 1 year.
In fact, the gold price is bound to go up because every country is now buying gold, and it is a very, very scarce commodity.
2,500 rupees from the existing rate in 1 year, is that possible, ma'am?
It is possible, could be, it could be. But more importantly, this is looked as from 2 grams right up to, it is also a very good gifting as a gift item for a child who's getting married.
You're making it very difficult now. He created trouble for all the husbands saying that buy gold jewelry and not coins. Now you're saying give gold as gifts.
Yeah, it's good because when they do want to buy the jewelry much later at the most modern patterns, they have the option of exchanging it, And at all times, this particular gold, which is imported, has a great market value.
Okay, that's a rich banker talking. You can see a lot of gold borders on your sari as well there.
No,
but
I came with gold coins
gold
on
coins
me.
on your sari. Jitendra, to
Just
you
to
next.
celebrate.
What's the denomination that's really flying off your shelves there in your store? Is it the 2 gram gold coin, or is it the bigger denomination?
For us, the fastest moving coin is the 8 gram coin for us. That is called a sovereign, and that is the fastest moving coin for us.
All right. Any reason in particular why 8 grams is going off? I mean, and is there a difference? Because let me also ask Renuka Mohan, ma'am, if you look at your rates, Indian Overseas Bank rates, there's a disincentive for buying less, and you almost want to induce the the customer to buy more. Because you've got a little discount, the more
Yes.
the more gold you buy, the
Yes.
little discount. But with regard to jewelers, whether you buy 2 grams or whether you buy 8 grams, is the same rate. Why is that?
We cut down on the margins. As you go higher, the margins are slightly higher. So that margin we reduce a little bit to entice them to take the bigger coins.
All right. Let's also look at some the rates of banks. In fact, Indian Overseas Bank and State Bank of India. That's the cost of gold coins in banks. 24 karat gold coins in IOB is at 2,484 rupees 50 paise, and at State Bank of India the same 24 karat gold coin costs 2,537 rupees.
Rate at which to buy. And more
Yes, ma'am.
importantly, the bigger coins look like this. It's easy to stock, it's easy to stack, and it's easy to even keep anywhere.
In terms of safety, and is it advisable for customers to buy gold? I mean, because as opposed to, for instance, ETF funds, gold funds, where you don't really physically buy gold.
Yes.
Would you advise that, given the crime rate in our cities?
It's given a choice. We are giving the customer the choice to choose whichever he would prefer. If he prefers the gold as physical form, he has the choice.
8 grams flying off the shelves in jewelry stores. What about your bank counters?
At our counters, 8 grams, 20 grams are also going very well.
Okay.
One reason is it's easy to purchase the 20 grams, it's less than 50,000. So the 20 grams has got greater value, but and it is moving fast. 8 also. The 4 and the 2 are going at the middle and the lower levels, and that is again at the SHG groups as a saving incentive for saving. They take it off. It's a good business, and more important, it's a good saving.
All right, Jitendra, at what rate do you buy back the gold? Do you deduct any money? Do you buy it back at the existing prevailing rate, market rate? 100% gold value?
Okay, ideally we like to, sorry Sanjay, ideally like to exchange the gold for jewelry, and when the client exchanges it, there is no loss in terms of the market price. We would exchange it for the full market price, and if the client wants cash and if they have purchased the coins from us, then we would deduct 1% and pay them the market 1% less than the market price.
All right, now is it, in fact, there is a disincentive for buying less gold from banks, but in your case, as far as jewelers are concerned, and you can speak on behalf of other jewelers as well, is it the same rate if you buy 4 2-gram gold coins as opposed to 1 8-gram gold coin?
Yes, it is the case for 22 karat gold coins. This is the case.
All right. In terms of purity of gold, is your gold better than what the banks sell?
Both are selling certified gold, so the purity is certified, and there is no concern in any of these cases.
All right, but you still want to tempt all the husbands to buy gold jewelry instead of the gold coins?
Yes, I mean that makes sense, doesn't it?
Unless they go in for diamond jewelry, which I think the gold rate is less. You don't use 24 karat gold for diamond jewelry, right? You use 18 karat.
That's right. Yes, that's right. And most of our jewelry is 22 karat, and in the diamond section we have 18 karat gold jewelry. Is the predominant is what's predominantly used for diamond jewelry.
All right. Thank you very much, Jitendra, for joining us, ma'am. To you, what is the socio-economic profile of customers who come into your banks and buy gold coins, and what do they say it's for? I mean, many of them for savings, yes.
Investment.
Yes.
The higher denominations go as investment for a future. The lower ones go for saving, and more importantly, towards a wedding or something, and as a gift. The lower denominations go more as gifts. The higher denomination, more as savings. But then, it's either way, the old stock is off. And
so the problem with nationalized banks is that they're very bureaucratic. That's what people say. Well, you can go off to the counter of a jewelry store, swipe your debit card, and buy it off the shelf. Here, apparently, they ask you for your PAN card. They ask you for. I know there's money laundering and people want to siphon off funds and all that. I know there are issues involved there, and they also do not accept debit cards. They do not accept cash payment, check payments. They only insist on cash. And the gold coin is not given to you immediately. It's given to you at the end of the day.
No. In Indian Overseas Bank, we have come up with a very good initiative. We have put up a separate kiosk called the Gold Cafe, whereby anybody, any customer can go and swipe the debit card and take a coin, and they will hand over the coin immediately. Absolutely no difficulty.
And no discount and all that. Do the women get saris with gold coins as incentives? No lucky dip?
On the auspicious occasion of Akshaya Tritiya, I must tell you, Indian Overseas Bank customers get it in a beautiful pouch, and in some regions we have told them to hand it over with a yellow tag and rice inside to signify the auspicious relationship banking that we do.
Every trick in the book to woo customers.
Touching hearts, spreading smiles.
Fair enough.
That's our motto and that's our slogan. Our CMD and both the EDs are really, really good. They have come up with certain innovative schemes.
Okay, now you will get a promotion for if I allow you to go on. Let's go across to a customer there. Pratibha Raman, our reporter there at one of the jewelry stores there. Pratibha, thank you for joining us. Is it a toss-up between gold coins and jewelry? What are you noticing there in that store?
I guess that over here it's jewelry that overrides the purchase of gold coins. But since you started off the show with the Midas touch, I think there are many Midases here in India, and I'm with one of them, Dr. Kavita. But before that, Akshaya Tritiya is supposed to be so very auspicious that it is believed that if you do a charity act that you will receive blessings in manifold. So I'm trying to see if I can convince Dr. Kavita, because the victim is over here and I have my piece of favorites that are already selected.
Charity starts first from the home, and I feel it starts from me first. A satisfied person can only serve others.
Okay, so since you're here to purchase some jewelry, would you go in for gold coins or would you go in for some piece of jewelry?
I would prefer to go for a jewelry because one, I can wear it and flaunt around, and the other thing is it's a good investment for the future.
But don't you think that it is an auspicious day, so you start the day with Kubera Puja, Lakshmi Puja, and would you rather go in for a gold coin with some Lakshmi engraved on it because it signifies something divine rather than a Lakshmi pendant?
I think I would go for a Lakshmi pendant rather than going for a coin, because a coin should be kept at home, a pendant can be worn around.
Okay. So I think I'll have to wait for her to buy her Lakshmi pendant, and once she is satisfied, then perhaps I can convince her to buy me this Krishna pendant. Over to you, Sanjay.
All right, Pratibha hopefully will get lucky with that customer, or maybe you want to gift Pratibha something.
Yes, ask her to come in, we'll give her something really good.
But we don't accept gifts and we don't accept discounts either, so that's a strict corporate policy.
Yes, we'll give her the gift of Indian Overseas Bank, touching hearts, spreading smiles.
All right, you're doing a good PR job for your
job.
bank.
I'm into marketing.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much for coming here.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you very much. And good luck.
And of course, we want to leave you, before we go back to Evelyn for the rest of the news, we want to leave you with what customers in the city have to say about the great gold rush here. There today, you saw, and we'll finally leave you with what customers in the city have to really say about the choice that they have to make. How difficult is it going to be to really make that? All right, apparently we have some technical problems. We'll slide into a short break now. Evelyn Matthew is up there with the rest of the news.